Hi, 8th graders. Today is lesson 5-2 unit rates. This is something we talked about last year, so not new to you. Um, so pay attention, and you can use your calculator today. So make sure you have your calculator up for help. So the first thing we're going to talk about is a rate. A rate is comparing two different things. Okay, so I'm going to read the definition. It says a special case of a ratio, and we talked about ratios the other day, in which quantities using different units are compared. Okay, so the units could be miles and gallons, or it could be so many items for so many dollars, or there's so many different unit or rates out there. Some keywords for rates are per, for, and each, and you'll see them in my examples down here. It says 9 miles per hour. Okay, the word per means rate. 10 Powerades for $4. That was the word for. Both of these are rates. Now, they're not unit rates. Unit rates is always like breaking things down to one, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. But just this right here is a rate. This is a rate. So make sure you know what a rate is. Okay, so now here's the unit price or the unit rate. This is comparing prices. You will use this a lot in your lifetime, most likely. And some of your parents maybe do already. You look to see maybe what's the better buy or what's cheapest, and that's maybe what you're going to go with. So unit price and unit rate are pretty much the same thing, breaking things down to one. What does one cost? What's 1 gallon? What's 1 second? So there's a lot of different unit rates that you can have, but one that we're going to focus on a lot today is a unit price. Like I said, this is because this is probably one of the most important things you're going to use in your lifetime, believe it or not. So this, so what is the better buy? A 16-ounce box for $5.90 or a 20-ounce box for $7.80. So rates, this is a rate, this is a rate. We're going to find what it costs per ounce. So our job is to figure out what 1 ounce costs. So I'm going to look at this one first. So to find what 1 ounce costs, you would take $5.90 and you divide it by 16. That's going to tell you what 1 ounce is. Okay. Over here, you would take $7.80. A lot of times when you're finding the unit price, money always goes first or money always goes on top because you want to find like 1 ounce, maybe what 1 gallon is, like gallon of milk or whatever. Always the money on top. So then you can use your calculator to find these. So if I would take 780 divided by 20, you would get 39 cents. Okay, and then 590 divided by 16. This would be 0.368. So I'm going to actually round that to 0.37. This is what the answer would be. And I'm going to round it because money is always ends in the hundredth spot. So I'm going to make sure I round to the hundredth. So I have 39 cents and I have 37 cents. So like this would be if you're going to buy like a box of cereal for or a 16-ounce box for $5.90 or a 20-ounce box, and you want to know what the least, what per ounce costs. This one would be the cheapest per ounce. Okay, so let's just talk about unit rates here. Now, some of them are unit prices, some of them are unit rates. So if I look at the tab, it says $183 for 4 concert tickets. My goal is to find out what 1 concert ticket is. So it'd be 183 divided by 4. 183 divided by 4 is $75, or I'm sorry, $45 and 75 cents, I believe. Yep. So 1 ticket costs $45.75. So this is 9 inches of snow in 12 hours. I want to know how many inches fell in 1 hour. So you would take, even though like 9 is smaller than 12, people would say, well, I got to put 12 on top because it's the bigger number. That's not always true. 9, you want to find, you're going to divide the inches into 12 hours because you want to find how much 1 is. 9 divided by 12, you could leave it in fraction format if you wanted to, but if you don't, that means that 75 hundredths or 3/4 of an inch of snow fell in 12 hours. And then last one, this is another unit rate a lot of people use. Miles and gallons. Like sometimes when I go to the gas pump and I fill up my gas tank, I want to know how many miles I went on my gallons of gas that I put in my car to see how many miles per gallon I'm getting. That's like a big deal when you buy a car. So 250 divided by 10. This means I'm getting 25 gallons, or 20, I'm sorry, 25 miles for every gallon of gas. The more miles per gallon, the better, better gas mileage you get. You're not gonna have to buy as much gas. So that's why it's super important for everybody. This is $1.44 for 12 ounces. So maybe this is maybe like, I don't know, maybe a box of cereal, or maybe it's a can of pop, because that can happen too. You can have ounces in a can of pop. So $1.44 for 12. So you would take $1.44, divide by 12, and it's 12 cents an ounce. All right, let's keep going. All right, that's pretty much all I have for you today. Let me make sure that I have everything figured out. That is pretty much it, you lucky ducks. Not much to talk about today. So make sure you're showing me what you're doing on your paper, and I'll talk about that again tomorrow. Fine if you use your calculator, and I will see you tomorrow.